GKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
DJ Brother Z, holla at me.
Juice, you ready?
Oh, I'm ready. BenJammin, are you ready?
Let's get it.
They don't even know what's about to happen.
We're about to take over the world. See, what y'all don't understand is everything that's old is done. But everything that's new, that's us.
It's getting real juicy.
It's amazing.
Voices defining a generation.
You grow up thinking the world is all roses and bunnies and things like that, and literally, and it's not.
The most impactful commentary.
I am taught to protect women and children and die for my country. These are the types of things I'm taught. Sure, I put my life on the line. Sure, I could have died that day or whatever, but these are the types of things that come along with being a man. At least I would have died with my honor.
Real news, real lives, and the juiciest conversations.
Noni. It's really juicy.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studios in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here are your award-winning hosts, BenJammin and Carrie Noni Juice.
Okay.
What's up, True Nation, and all the juicy jammers out there. How y'all feeling on this lovely Thursday? I am your girl, Noni Juice, always keeping it juicy. And of course, I got my boy BenJammin with me.
It's amazing.
And we are not joined by DJ Brother Z, but we got Savanna on the ones and twos. And we are live from the RNC, everybody. It is day 4. It is the last day of the RNC, and it's interesting, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. It is interesting. I feel like these 4 days definitely went by so very quickly. Yes, it went by very, very fast. I have been mentally exhausted after I have left every single day. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
I've been so exhausted, but I'm excited for later on, because I'm actually gonna stay all day today, y'all. I'm gonna stay all day because I have been wanting to see those balloons drop in Pfizer Forum since I saw them being put up last week. Okay, and so that is what I'm excited for. I heard Trump is going to be doing a speech. You know, he's gonna get his speech on. Is that his dance?
That's his dance.
All right.
You know, stiff. Just like an Englishman.
Oh, okay. So are you excited for the last day, BenJammin?
You know what, Juice? I'm just ready to get this thing over with. All right, I'm ready to get this thing over with. It has been an incredibly long week down here at the RNC. I will tell y'all, Truth Nation and all the Juicy Jammers listening, the RNC has not got to me, okay? I'm still the same old BenJammin. They have not swayed me or persuaded me into actually voting for them, all right, and nominating their god, Donald Trump, voting him in to be president. And, yeah, especially with the unfortunate event that unfolded, all right, with dear brother Samuel Sharp Jr. passing away, being killed and murdered by Ohio police officers. So ultimately, am I excited for tonight? No, but I'm just ready for everything to be over with. It's been a long week.
Are you staying all day?
I've been thinking about it. I'm kind of debating because, like, on one end, you know, I've been here each and every morning, seeing how things have unfolded, seeing Eric Trump, we just had him on earlier today, seeing Donald Trump Jr. Got a chance to meet a few of the Trump family. All right.
How do you like them?
I personally, for real, I think they're okay people. To be honest with you, I don't know them like that, but from what I've from whom I have spoken with, they seem like just normal, down-to-earth people, to be honest with you. I was over here while Eric Trump was actually talking to DT and Tellez. I was talking to Trump's campaign manager and their people, and bro, we were over here talking about getting beers later, getting some food.
So you made some friends.
Yeah, you know, you always got a friend in Ben, right? So I don't know. One of the ladies' names was Kim, which is actually my mom's name. Shout out to my mama. But we were just chopping it up, cool, and talking about the universe, talking about how everything happens for a reason. I mean, even when Eric Trump was talking, I actually tapped his campaign manager on the side. I was like, bro, this man sounds super woke. Like, has he taken ayahuasca? You know, so it's just, to me, they seem like some pretty cool people. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That's how I felt about them.
That's interesting. Mm-hmm. Very interesting.
Yeah, but again, like I said before, they still haven't persuaded me into voting for them now. Just because we have a cup of coffee or something, don't mean you get BenJammin vote. Like I told y'all before, you know, I'm here for black people, and y'all ain't spoke nothing about reparations. That's my first thing that I want either party to talk about for us as a people. And until they have that conversation, they will never have my ultimate loyalty to them.
Well, you know, something that was very interesting to me that I saw on social media that I actually sent to you, BenJammin.
Grindr?
Yes. I don't necessarily understand what Grindr is.
Yes, you do.
But you said you know what Grindr is.
Oh, why you throw it on me like that?
Because you said you knew
throw it on me like
what
that,
Grindr
bro?
was.
Oh
and
my
I was
God!
Just like, okay, what is this Grindr that everybody is talking about? Because yep, I bet Eastside Corey knows a whole lot about Grindr, to my knowledge. But apparently, there has been a spike in, and BenJammin's going to explain what Grindr is, but there has been a spike in, I guess, Grindr usage, which is like an app.
Yeah, so for those of the people out there who want to know what Grindr is, I don't know why Carrie thinks that I just happen to know.
You literally told me before we started that you was going to break it down. So that is why I'm putting you out there. Okay, this was your choice.
Okay, this is true. It was my choice. Well, ultimately, like, look, I'm watching. I'm getting my information from Google, just like anybody else can. Okay, I don't know, and I don't even participate. But for people who don't know what Grindr is a social media app, just like a Tinder, if you will, but for gay folks. All right, for gay people and trans people and whomever wants to get down in that lifestyle and join the Rainbow Coalition. All right, any one of those people could hop on there and find somebody who is of that nature, whether they're trans, gay, bi, or whatever, and find somebody to hook up with for the night.
And so what I had sent to BenJammin was this post that said Grindr is experiencing outages due to unprecedented traffic in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Now, I don't know if this is true or not. I don't know if they're trolling or not, but it's funny. Okay, it is probably one of the most funniest things I have ever heard of, because we're here at the RNC, and if Grindr is an app for the LGBTQ plus community, I'm trying to figure out the correlation as to how it has skyrocketed here in Milwaukee during the RNC if the LGBTQ plus community does not, in my opinion, seem like it is something that the people here who are for the RNC necessarily agree with or want to be involved with. So it seems very hypocritical, in my opinion, if that is to be true.
Yeah, you know, numbers don't lie. I don't understand why Grindr would really go up, but from what social media is saying and what the internet is saying, it's all due to the RNC. And if that is the case, you know, just like you said before, it does seem very hypocritical of the party, because there's a lot of people out here who, when you talk about the values of the Republican Party and what they stand for, they talk about family first. They talk about the nuclear family. They talk about man, woman, and child and all that other good stuff. You know, the very first family, you know, Adam and Eve, you know. But now, if you look at where their eyes have been or where they've been clicking on the internet lately, where they've been putting their monies to, seems like it's a lot of homosexual sex happening.
That's crazy to me, because I thought that they were just staying in the bubble. You know what I'm saying?
They're staying in the bubble, all right. All right, they're getting in the bubble. All right, they're gonna pop your bubble to get a chance. Alright, and I'm not gonna lie, after I saw that go around, I was like, oh my god, because we're here at the RNC and stuff, and I've been seeing all these different media personalities, or whether it's radio or TV, and a couple of them dudes been looking at me a little crazy. Like, I swear to you, for real, because like as a man, you know when a dude got a little twang in him, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was a gentleman up over there just the other day. Oh, I like your eyes. Oh, don't do that to BenJammin. Nah, bro. Or there was another dude who looked me up and down. I said, my God, that's crazy.
Maybe because you're black.
I mean, that's true too. They could do it. What's this black guy doing here?
Get out.
Aren't you for Biden? That's so crazy. Who do we have on the line, Savanna? Oh, wow. You know, the 69 God. You got to come through and talk about your community. What's going on, 69 God?
Yeah, what's poppin'?
How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. Only thing I was going to let you know, it's a website for the married men to hoe. And that's where they go for BBC. That ain't nothing new. You got a couple of women on there looking for it as well. Because a lot of the men and women go to that website. That's where they go. And if you go to also, it's another website where the Republicans go to cheat on their wives. But yeah, that website, that's where they go to get BB. The wives already know that. Because some of them
now, have you used Grindr,
that's
Al?
where they go.
You found a victim on there, Al?
Have you used Grindr yourself?
Oh, well, you know, I do me back in the day, but I still do me, so that ain't nothing new. But that's where they go to hoe.
Period. Nice.
That's crazy.
Have a good one.
Thank you so much, Al. Al said they go on there for BBC. I thought BBC was here at the RNC. So if the BBC is here at the RNC, then maybe that's why they was looking at me. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I guess. If that's really where you want to go.
I'm just saying, it's a lot of freaky Negroes out here, all right? And yeah, that's just what's happening right now.
Well, I'm kind of going to change topics just a little bit here because I have a question for you, BenJammin, all the Juicy Jammers out there, if you guys care to respond or to answer. But did you listen to the vice president or almost vice president or the nominee person, Vance, yesterday, his speech at all?
J.D. Vance?
Yeah.
Talk to me nice. What's going on?
No, I was just wondering, have you? Because I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. It's just something about that guy where I'm just like,
you don't trust him,
bro. What's your angle? And honestly, I'm trying to figure out what everybody's angle is here, kind of at the RNC. Because shout out to Jason Smith. He posted a video yesterday asking some of the attendees here at the RNC a question about, like, what do you like about Trump? Describe, the best option or the best president or something in 3 words, and yada yada yada. And these people really are saying that Mr. Trump is strong. He is a fighter. He is just doing what needs to be done. Like, he has been shot in the ear and yada yada. And I just want to know, has it been confirmed yet? Has any reports come out from the doctor who has said that the bullet actually did hit his ear? Because I want to get that confirmed. I want to get that confirmed as far as, was it glass that shattered his ear because the bullet hit something and then it ricocheted over to his ear and sliced it up? Or was it an actual bullet? I want that to be confirmed. I don't know if it's going to be confirmed here on this show today, but that is something that I want to see come out here, because what I don't want to happen is for people to think for the rest of history that this man was literally shot in the ear.
Yeah. I mean,
when he was not, if he was not.
Yeah, just I think forever in history, there will always be somebody out there to try to pick apart what may or may not have happened on Saturday in regards to Donald Trump's assassination attempt. If it even was an assassination attempt, there's always going to be somebody out there trying to break it down. I'm pretty certain they're going to drop something on Netflix.
I don't know, though, because I think they're trying to keep it under wraps at least until, like, the election, so this narrative can just be out there that he was literally shot. Like, he's a felon and he was shot. And it's mind-boggling to me that there has not been a report out yet about it. Because, just bringing it back to the hip-hop community, to the black music community, when Megan Thee Stallion got shot in her foot, everybody wanted to know, was it bullets? Was it glass? What was it? Because they couldn't believe that Tory Lanez could have shot her in the foot. And so they were begging for the doctor's report to come out to officially say what it was. But I think it's kind of weird that we're not having that same energy when it comes to this alleged bullet in the ear.
I mean,
Like, where is the same energy? Why are people not even asking for confirmation from the doctor who actually saw him?
Well, you got to look at his followers, right? His followers are really willing to accept whatever he says. So when your base is already believing that this is the truth and not questioning what's going on, then they believe it's truth. In regards to Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez, it was kind of one-sided, if you will. Not one-sided, but basically it was two different audiences coming together trying to figure out the truth. And I'm talking about the whole entire hip-hop community who had love for Tory Lanez and even the Megan Thee Stallion. People were torn in between, so it creates a conversation. But with that being said, in regards to Donald Trump's alleged shooting, that happened Saturday, it'd be pretty crazy to believe that, they faked all of this just so he could actually win, No,
I mean, I fake it, but I think definitely
fake it.
But when you mean fake it, what do you
fake it? Stage
like
it,
the entire thing?
Out. Yes, because now people are out here actually buying ear bandages. They're buying ear bandages just to look like
support?
Trump. Yeah, in support of Trump, which I find very, very crazy. But in regards to that, when you talk about even trying to win the presidency and the presidential campaign, I'm over here looking at Joe Biden now. Like, I don't even know if Joe Biden actually has COVID-19. I'm kind of thinking like, man, his team had conjured up an idea to be like, man, you know what? We have to combat Donald Trump's assassination attempt. We have to combat it some way, somehow.
I don't think that's a good way to do it.
I don't know. I'm not saying it's true, but at the same time, I think Joe Biden is scrambling right now.
I mean, I'm not gonna put it past any party, but what I will say is I don't think the Democratic Party would want to stage something right in 2024 as a shooting or a killing or a attempted assassination or whatever, because it just doesn't level up to me.
It's
because
2024 and we need to see more.
Even if he does beat COVID, let's be real, I don't think majority of people are gonna say like, oh, he's so strong.
There's somebody out there, sure.
Yeah, not majority of people.
I'm not gonna say majority of people, but to fancy his fan base, that's what I would think. That's literally what I would think if I was some 80-year-old person. Yes, keep on going, Joe Biden. Keep going, beat that COVID-19. It would make me believe that he's a strong person if I was a part of his demographic, that age demographic. That's what I would start thinking. But again, I feel like how you just phrased it. I think that would be a weak way to go about trying to combat former President Donald Trump actually possibly being shot at. Because I ain't gonna lie to you. Again, I said it before and I said it again on Monday. When that happened over on Saturday, it made him a war hero.
Well, I think we have the perfect person who we are about to talk to when we get back from break to answer that question for us, or at least talk about it. We are going to be joined by Jasmine Harris, the Black Media Director for President Joe Biden, and we're definitely going to have to ask her this question because I think it is definitely on the top of people's minds. So make sure you guys keep it locked here, because on the other side, we are going to be speaking with Jasmine Harris. It's Jammin with Juice, y'all.
More of Jammin' with Juice, live from the Republican National Convention, returns next on the award-winning 1017 The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube. Coming with straight truth.
When we talk about giving more money to these ideas and we are pouring into NPS, sometimes people wonder, is they pouring into a cup with a hole in it? They got raises. We got one of the highest paid superintendents in the state. Where the money going? And not only for NPS, where's all the money going that's coming in to help the city of Milwaukee? Is it being managed correctly? I'm talking about on all sides.
Catch the Tory Lowe Show every weekday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. This is Community Heartbeat, presented by Outreach Community Health Centers on 1017 The Truth.
So we do have a drug take-back box at Outreach Community Health Centers. So if people have medications at their home that they want to get rid of, they could bring it to our pharmacy and we'll dispose of it for them. Anything that's not being used, anything that's kind of out of date, even antibiotics, any other medications, definitely it's better to safely dispose of it, and definitely don't flush it down the toilet because that puts it back into our drinking water supply. So
why is that a bad thing, Annie? Why do we not want to flush our medication?
Yeah, so it contaminates our drinking water. It contaminates our waterways, so our rivers and lakes don't benefit from all of those medications entering into the water supply. And we don't also enter. We have great drinking water in the city of Milwaukee, but they can only filter out so many of the pharmaceuticals. So as much as we can to reduce the pharmaceutical supply in our drinking water, we'll all be better off.
Protect your dream home with American Family Insurance, and you can weather any storm. You'll also save up to 25% by bundling home, auto, and life. American Family Insurance. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com. Products are not available in every state. Discounts may not apply to all coverages on an auto or home policy. Discounts do not apply to life insurance policies. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating companies. American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as one business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
How much does it cost to talk to Gruber Law Offices after a serious crash? It's free. Yes, free. As in, it won't cost you anything to speak with us. Not sure if you have a case? Call our team at Gruber Law Offices today. Your first call and your first consultation are always free. And you'll never pay us a fee until we win your case. If you've been seriously injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
You are listening to Jammin' with Juice, live from the Republican National Convention on the award-winning 1017 The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube.
Jennifer made me do this. Where I'm from is busted lips with slick tongues. Twist your fingers the wrong way and you'll get jumped. Some plead the fifth and some just fifth dump. So burying my brothers no tats. I've seen harder days than this one.
Welcome back, y'all. You are tuned in to Jammin' with Juice. And right now on the line, we have Jasmine Harris, the Black Media Director for President Joe Biden on the line. What is poppin', Jasmine Harris?
I'm good. How are you doing?
We are juicy, you know, here at the RNC. It's day 4. Now, I got to ask you, I'm sure you have been paying attention to what has been going on here at the RNC. What are your thoughts so far on these 4 days, either based off of the speeches that have been going on or just things you've been hearing in the media? What is your perspective of it so far?
Yeah, well, I'll start off by saying I hope you're being safe and you have some cousins or brothers or uncles or somebody down there with you, you know, protecting you from some of the crazies that are there. But, I mean, we've seen exactly what we would expect to see from a large group of racists coming together. You know, we've seen hate speech spewed from the stage and misinformation and disinformation targeted to our community. We've seen black voters taken for granted and belittled to folks who would pay attention to a rap video, a baseless rap video that we don't relate to in the slightest sense. That we've seen them choose speakers that they somehow think have influence in our culture and in black culture that don't at all. And I think we've just seen on full display the lack of relation and the lack of, you know, ability for them to really understand what goes on in the black community, you know, in our family homes, the conversations that we have, the people that we look up to, what we really care about. They're so out of touch with us, and it's on full display there.
Yeah, you know, Jasmine, my name is BenJammin, and I fully agree with what you're saying. I feel like the RNC has been here in Milwaukee, which is heavily black population, a big black population here in Milwaukee. With that being said, I feel like a lot of the things that we care about here have been disregarded. But my question to you is, have you guys and your team heard about what has happened to Samuel Sharp Jr., the homeless man who died by the hands of Ohio police officers here during the RNC?
No, I'm sorry. I'm not aware of that at all. Could you provide some context a little bit, please?
You know what? So when it came down to Samuel Sharp Jr., he was a homeless man who was located 2 miles away from the RNC here in downtown Milwaukee. A group of Ohio policemen were patrolling and saw a fight happening, and in 15 seconds they ran up and took that man's life, rained over 20 different bullets at him, and now he's dead. But with that being said, the reason, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like a horrific situation. And obviously, you know, this is my first time hearing about it. And, you know, definitely some conversations that need to happen as far as, like, gaining some additional context. But that sounds like a horrible situation, and that's unfortunate that somebody lost their life.
Yeah, it is very unfortunate, Jasmine, because, you know, ultimately I know at the end of the day, one of the reasons why you're part of the Biden's team is, you know, you're supposed to go out there and make them look strong and figure out different ideas that could combat whatever the RNC or the Republican candidate Donald Trump has going out there. So that's a little tidbit of information, a little gem you might be able to use for the Biden campaign to combat this RNC.
Yeah. And, you know, I would say it's not just about, you know, yes, a campaign is a competition, but more so as a black woman who works in black media, it's my job to make sure that our community and voters out there, black voters in particular, understand the choice that they have in this election, right? And so you have Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, who 4 years ago ran on very specific promises to our community. We're show me people. You can't just expect our vote. You have to put action behind your words to show to us and to prove to us why we should continue to put you in office. And that's exactly what Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have done. You have millions of new jobs created for hardworking folks right there in Milwaukee. You have record low black unemployment. You have black-owned small businesses right now starting up at the fastest rate in generations because of government funding and investment into these businesses to ensure that they're successful. You have black child poverty cut in half during the pandemic. You have the black wealth up by 60%, closing up the racial wealth gap by 60% under this administration. You have more black Americans with health care coverage right now than ever before. And you have an administration and Joe Biden and Kamala Harris who are committed to continuing to build on that progress, because we know not everyone is feeling that yet. And so continuing to build on that, you know, the recent announcement capping rent at 5%, being able to hold landlords accountable, lower the damn rent across the country. And so that's what you have on one side. That's what black voters have on one side. And on the other side, you have a racist. You have a racist in Donald Trump who is, obsessed with making life worse for black America. And there's no, you have multiple testaments of that, but even look at who he chose as his VP, right? There were so many conversations about who he was going to choose, whether that person was going to be black or not. And then look who he chooses. He chooses a man who is the most extreme, a man who believes that abortion, you should be able to get an abortion even in the case of rape or incest, right? Just the most extreme of extreme views. And so when you have those two men on the ticket, it's going to be a disaster for black America. So that's my job, to make sure that black voters understand that we feel it the most. We feel it the worst when things go wrong, and we will definitely, absolutely feel it if we allow Donald Trump and J.D. Vance in the White House in November.
Now, Jasmine, you named a lot of great things that the Biden administration has done, specifically for the black community. Why do you feel like all of those things aren't really hitting our community to the point where they understand what he has done? Because it almost seems as though people don't think he has done anything at all. Why do you think that is?
I think that, that rhetoric of like folks not being aware or people not feeling it or people not being energized is starting to wane, because even when you look at everything that has gone on in the last few weeks of the debate, right, after following the debate, that there's been all of this hoopla and all of these conversations happening, but it has been black leaders in the CDC and black voters across the country who have put our foot down and basically said, we're not going for any of this. There's one person in this election who has beat Donald Trump before. There's one person in this election who can beat him again. There's one person in this election who has had our backs and delivered for us, and that's the person we're going to show up for in November. The black voters have been, through all the nonsense. We've been the steady people to be like, skip all of that. We need to send Joe Biden and Kamala Harris back to the White House so that we can keep the racists out. And so I understand that there are voters out there, not just in our community, but in all communities who maybe, politics can be a funny thing, right? People may not always want to talk about it, hear about it. It's not always top of mind. I think the closer we'll get to Election Day, the more folks will start paying attention. But I do just want to note that it has been black voters, because we remain so informed and engaged, who have been like, cut all the nonsense. We need to do whatever we can to keep Donald Trump out of the White House.
Yes, and right now we are speaking with Jasmine Harris, the Black Media Director for President Biden. Now, I have seen more Black people switching over to the conservative side and the Republican side. Do you think that that has anything to do with them having influencers speak on their behalf, like an Amber Rose, or even I have been hearing that 50 Cent might be coming here today?
I haven't, in the conversations that I've had, traveling with the president, traveling with the campaign across the country, speaking directly with Black voters, I have not been hearing, the rhetoric of, I'm going to be conservative, or I'm listening to what Amber Rose is saying about politics. That's not the rhetoric that I have been hearing. And so, but I understand that Black voters aren't a monolith. There may be some folks that are impacted by certain voices, but I'm saying largely that's not what I'm hearing. What I'm hearing from is, you have the vice president at the BET Awards, you have Taraji P. Henson at the BET Awards plainly telling everybody, Google Project 2025. Really understand what these crazy people are trying to do to our community if Donald Trump gets back into office. Those are the things that I'm hearing people be influenced by, and getting people engaged and what really is at stake for Black voters this election.
So, real quick, Jasmine, I have a question for you. Biden plans to secure the Black vote. Why do you think the idea never floats around in regards to reparations, about how we could possibly get reparations come from his mouth and his party?
I think that there have been conversations that have happened around that. The president just did a sit-down interview with Ed Gordon for BET that aired last night. That was great. And I believe the last time that the president sat down with Ed asked a question to the president about that, and in that interview, that last interview, the president, stated that he's supportive of the various studies that are going on around how this could happen and what this could look like. And so I believe that's the last time the president has spoken on that. And I believe that that's where he still stands, understanding that there should be research done, and he's supportive of that, and seeing what the possibilities could be. Because one thing that is very clear about Joe Biden is he just wants to make life easier for everyone. He wants everyone to have a fair shot at what, this so-and-so American dream. He really does. And he wants everyone to have a pathway to success, everyone to have a pathway to be able to take care of themselves and their families. And so whatever policy he can put forth and be supportive to even the playing field and to make life easier for folks, for hardworking Americans, especially those in the Black community who have been disenfranchised and we've had a hard history to work through, he wants to be supportive of that.
We were just discussing the fact that Joe Biden now has COVID, and even since the debate, a lot of people within the Democratic Party have been requesting or advocating for him to even step down and somebody else come into the picture. What are your thoughts on if he is going to even be able to be quote-unquote strong enough or healthy enough to run and beat Donald Trump? Because I think with this COVID news that has come out, even more people are concerned. So what are some things that you can say to kind of like calm people down and make them not worry as much as I have been seeing them being worried?
Yeah, I think I would point them to the interviews that the president has done since the debate. He's looked very strong and been very communicative in all of them. I was just on the ground in Vegas, in the Black communities across Vegas with the president when he spoke at the NAACP National Convention, when he did the interview with BET, when he went to the local grocery store and was hanging out with, talking to the folks that work there, talking to the community members, socializing with the kids, hearing from them. A group of teenagers from the middle school came over, were in there getting chips, getting their juice. He's in there talking to them. What do you want to be when you grow up? What are you doing? Where are you from? The president is a fighter. I think a lot of people aren't aware. Now, this is a man that has lost children. This is a man that lost his partner. This is a man who was the vice president to the first Black president. He's been through, I don't know if there's a pain deeper than losing your child, right? So he's been through so much adversity. He's a fighter. And even me speaking plainly, as a Black woman, I have a 3-year-old daughter I'm raising a Black woman. who was in this position on the campaign, literally fighting to make sure that our people understand what is at stake this election. What keeps me going every day throughout all of the noise and all of the hoopla of who's saying what and all of this is that I know Joe Biden's a fighter. I'm watching him fight. I'm watching him every day do the interviews and campaign and really trying to get Americans to understand, I will beat this guy. I have done it before. I will do it again. Let's focus on the issues. And I want to say I'm proud of our people because throughout all the noise since the debate, we have been the one that is like, we need to cut out all of this. It's one person that could beat Donald Trump, and that's Joe Biden. Let's get behind him, and let's beat Donald Trump. We have to keep that man out of the White House, and there's one person that can do it, on top of the fact that there's one person that has consistently delivered for us over the last 4 years, that has kept his promises to us, and that's Joe Biden. Black people, we have to vote with our best interests at heart, and right now that is voting for Joe Biden.
Well, but so Jasmine, question. What do you say to the people who, aren't for the transgender movement? What do you say to people who aren't for LGBTQ plus IA? Because ultimately, when you talk about the RNC and the Republican movement, they're over here talking about family first. They're talking about man, woman, child. The nuclear family is what is supposed to be able to push America forward. But when you look at the Democratic Party, people are talking about, LGBT, the alphabet community or whatever have you. And they don't want that type of agenda to be pushed down their children's throat. What do you say to that?
I say that black voters are not a monolith. The reason that I vote one way is completely different than the reason that you do. It's completely different than the reason that your family members do. All of us have a variety of issues that we care about, right? And I think that across the board, what most people care about is being able to take care of themselves, take care of their families, and to live a good life. And there's only typically, one party that has put us first to be able for black voters to be able to do that, and that's the Democratic Party. And so you have to look at the issues that you care about most. And when you look at those issues and you weigh the pros and you weigh the cons, I'm almost for certain that Joe Biden is the person that has gotten behind the issues that you care about most.
All right, I have one more question for you, Jasmine Harris, the Black Media Director for President Biden. You mentioned earlier Project 2025, and around here in the RNC, I've been hearing a lot about Agenda 47, which is the one that Trump is actually claiming. He's not claiming the Project 2025. But from either one of those documents or agendas or whatever you want to call them, manifestos, what do you think is the scariest part of it that Americans are not paying attention to?
Two things. One, there's no coincidence that after the viral Taraji P. Henson moment of when she tells Black America to Google what Project 2025 is, and now you have, across social media, across Black Twitter, we're all talking about Project 2025. Now, a week later, Donald Trump is saying, that's not my agenda anymore. I'm not connected to that anymore. There's no coincidence as to why that is happening. So one, I just want to make that very clear. Two, it's hard for me to say the one thing that is so scary because the whole thing in its entirety is extremely scary. One, obviously, the rollbacks of the DE&I initiatives across the country, making it all of these programs that were instituted to make sure that these companies have, workforces that are representative of this country, making sure that Black workers have a chance to get into these positions and get into these jobs where we can take care of ourselves and our family. That's one. Two, you have getting rid of Social Security, getting rid of Medicaid. During Donald Trump's office, it was the lowest amount of Black Americans with health care that we've ever seen before. Since Joe Biden has been in office, we now have the most Black Americans with health care coverage than we've ever seen before. When you look at getting rid of programs like Head Start, that disproportionately benefit young families of color, making sure that they have affordable child care, getting rid of programs like that. I mean, across the board, there's just so much in that manifesto that directly works to truly make life harder for us it'll just be a disaster. It'll be a complete disaster for our people.
Well, thank you so much, Jasmine Harris, the Black Media Director for President Biden, for joining us today on Jammin' with Juice. I'm sure you're going to be at the DNC in Chicago, so hopefully that will be very fun, and we'll be definitely paying attention to all that goes on there.
Yes, thank you for having me. I'm happy to come back on. Keep doing the work that you're doing because, our people, we got to know what's going on and really what's at stake as it relates to this election.
Yes, I agree. Thank you so much. Now, when we come back, everybody, we are going to have more conversations while we are here for day 4 of the RNC in Milwaukee. So keep it locked here, y'all. It's Jammin' with Juice.
More of Jammin' with Juice, live from the Republican National Convention, returns next on the award-winning 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube.
Prostate cancer screening is a simple blood test. It's a simple blood test. Get it done. Your family history of prostate cancer increases the risk for all the men in your family. It's a simple blood test. Get it done. Prostate cancer is most treatable when it's detected early. It's a simple blood test. Get it done. Men, it's your life. That's why it's so important to talk to your doctor about getting tested. If you want info on how to take action, the Prostate Cancer Foundation is here to help. For more than 30 years, PCF, a leader in scientific breakthroughs, has funded cutting-edge research that speeds new treatments into clinics, helping patients live longer with fewer complications. Go to pcf.org to learn more about prostate cancer and how you can advocate for yourself. Remember, it's your life, and it's a simple blood test. Get it done.
More than 6 million kids in the U.S. have ADHD, and many aren't getting the support they need. At understood.org, we can help. Sometimes in class, the only thing your child can focus on are the thoughts racing through their head.
Why am I always falling behind? Why do I feel so alone? So different.
Your child is looking to you for answers. But as a parent, you probably have a lot of questions too. What should I do next? Where do I even start? At understood.org, we provide parents with the resources they need to help kids with ADHD thrive. Your child wants to thrive. Be the reason they do. Visit understood.org/thereason to get started.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Alex Tellez. Over in baseball, the Milwaukee Brewers have the next 2 days off as their first game post-All-Star break is scheduled for Saturday in Minnesota versus the Twins. First pitch is scheduled for 6:10. The Brewers sit at first place in the NL Central with a 4.5-game lead over the St. Louis Cardinals. And finally, over in basketball, the Milwaukee Bucks Summer League team gets the day off this Thursday as they prepare for their game on Friday versus the Phoenix Suns at 3 o'clock. The Bucks Summer League team is still searching for their first win of the Summer League after losing their first 3 games. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is Jammin' with Juice, live from the Republican National Convention on the award-winning 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube.
Welcome back, you guys. You are now jamming with Juice. I'm your girl, Noni Juice, always keeping it juicy. And, of course, I got BenJammin with me.
It's amazing.
We just heard from Jasmine Harris, the Black Media Director for President Joe Biden, talking about pretty much the RNC so far and what Biden has done for black people. Because that has been a big thing that people just don't understand. Like, he actually has done stuff for black people. So
marketing.
You guys go back and listen to that interview so you can get informed. All right, but right now we are going to head to the lines, and if you would like to call in about just the RNC, how do you guys feel about the RNC being here in Milwaukee? Has it impacted you? Has hearing their speeches every night swayed you to even vote for them? Let us know, 833-212-1017, or has it not? But right now we're going to head over to Overtime. What's poppin', Juicy Jammer Overtime?
What it is, Ben and Carrie.
It's amazing. What's going on, OT man? How you doing, bro? How you feeling?
Good. Hey, I feel like this whole RNC has positively impacted y'all's financial future. Pretty soon, y'all might become millionaires.
Oh yeah.
Hey, speak life into me, OT.
You know what I'm saying? Billionaires.
Yeah, man. You know I'm gonna be the president in 2052, so we on our way.
Word up. I'd like to ask both of y'all a question.
Shoot.
Okay, Carrie, will you be interviewing the politicians, the political representatives, and the celebrities this season? And Ben, will you be DJing the Donald Trump 50 Cent presidential speech, the miniman?
I can only hope that I'll interview some people today. I would love to ask 50 Cent some questions once he comes up in here. You know what I'm saying? But they really are keeping a lot of stuff locked and tucked away with very minimal access.
Very true, very true. I mean, and you know what, OT man, Overtime, nah, I'm not going to be DJing it. But it don't mean I'm not going to turn up now. It don't mean that I won't be up in there, you know, partying like it's my birthday.
Like it's 1999.
Yeah, because tonight is a huge night. I mean, ultimately, Donald Trump will be, you know, elected as the, appointed as the Republican nominee. And you know, white people know how to party. So
they know how to do a lot of things.
I'm going to get white boy wasted.
Yes, but thank you so much, OT, for calling in with us today here on Jammin' with Juice. Of course. All right, 833-212-1017. How are y'all feeling now that this is day 4 of the RNC? Are you persuaded? Are you not? Did you switch over to Biden after all of the stuff that has gone on these last 4 days? 833-212-1017. We got Melody on the line. What is poppin', Juicy Jammer Melody?
Is this White Widow?
Yeah, it is, Baba Ben and Cutie Carrie. I'm sorry, sometimes I do Melody because Sherwin and Dr. Ken make fun of me, but you know who I am. I just want to mention about the gentleman, Mr. Stark. He was a veteran, and he was 43, and I had 4 brothers, veterans, a niece who did hazard duty, Afghanistan, and Iraq for 6 years. And I'm trying to figure out, at 43, where was he? Was he in Kuwait? Was he in Afghanistan? Was he in Iraq? And let's not lose sight of the fact, Tent City, everybody knows about Tent City. You can't get a cop there on a good day. There's a general and the lieutenants who run that show. And the fact of the matter is, it's a dumping ground. Someone's got to tell us. Tell us why 2 blocks away is Aging Disability Resource Center, the Marcia Cogs building.
White Widow,
and I've asked this. What?
White Widow, let me ask you this question. How has the RNC impacted you? Has it persuaded you to vote for Trump, or has it persuaded you to be like, you know what, especially with the Samuel Sharp Jr. Killing, have you been like, you know what, no, I know for a fact I'm finna vote for Biden? How has it affected you? Who would you go vote for?
I want to take a shower, and there ain't no way I'll ever vote for a Republican. I want to take a shower. I want our city back, and I want this veteran I want to know why he was at Tent City. He has benefits as a veteran. If he ever went to Tent City and made an announcement, who's on Medicare, stand over there. Who's on Medicaid, get over there. Who's a veteran, get over there. And then 2 blocks away is the Aging Disability Resource Center for Milwaukee County, Marsha Cogg's building. How are these people 2 blocks away living year after year in this danger zone that police won't even go to? That's,
you know what,
BenJammin.
I know. You know what, White Widow? Thank you so much for calling in. You know, I got number love for you, my Irish sister. Okay, but seriously, man, how has the RNC impacted Milwaukee throughout the duration of its time as being here? Like I said yesterday, first 2 days seemed like it was all fun and games. Seemed like it was cool. Seemed like Milwaukee was adjusting. But on the third day, unfortunately, we had to endure.
That was the second day.
Well, yeah, that was the second day.
So the first day.
Yeah, the first day was all hunky dory. Second day, we ended up losing one of our brothers out here, Samuel Sharp Jr., to the hands of officers, and I have yet to see any personnel, delegate here or down at the RNC even mention his name. So with that being said, it's a disdain in my mouth and taste for what's going down here at the RNC.
Right, and if you would like to call in while we wrap up the show with the boat on the other side and let us know how you feeling about the RNC or just it being here in Milwaukee, just anything RNC related, because this is the last day of it, call in and let us know at 833-212-1017. Like I said, we're going to wrap up the show with the boat on the other side, so keep it locked here. It's Jammin' with Juice.
More of Jammin' with Juice, live from the Republican National Convention, returns next on the award-winning 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube.
Truth Nation, Gruber Law Offices and The Truth have raised the stakes for this year. The One Call That's All Gruber Cash giveaway is now a $5K giveaway. Yes, you heard it right. $5,000 giveaway. Every weekday on 1017 The Truth, you will have the chance to be entered to win the $5K giveaway. Listen to The Truth for the One Call That's All cue to call for your chance to win $5,000. Gruber Law Offices, One Call That's All. Visit 1017thetruth.com for official contest rules.
This is Community Heartbeat, presented by Outreach Community Health Centers on 1017 The Truth.
There are individuals in our community who certainly need health services, a variety of health services. What if they do not have health insurance? How can you serve that population?
Our community health center allows patients to come to our clinic regardless of their ability to pay, and that's part of our federal funding. You can come to our clinic and be seen based on what we call a poverty level. So anyone 200% or below a poverty level can be seen in our clinic for anywhere from $20 to $40 for that visit. So in other words, if your visit is a $400 visit and you fall on our sliding scale where you pay $20 for your visit, you would not be responsible for the $400. You'd only be responsible for $20 for that visit. Also, our pharmacy prescriptions are very, very affordable as well. Where you would normally pay, let's say for an inhaler, $240 a month for an inhaler, at our facility that would cost you about $4 or $5.
It's very good to know you guys have a sliding scale that makes it very, very affordable.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that American Family Insurance agents can help build a customized renter's policy so you can protect stuff like this, or this, or even this. Well, case in point. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as one business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We Energies want you to keep this important safety message in mind. Before you start digging, planting, or landscaping on your property, call 811 to have underground utilities marked. Calling 811 at least 3 business days before you plan to dig will help you know what's below and can prevent a hazardous situation. Our representatives will mark the underground utilities on your property for free. So remember, stay safe and call before you dig.
We Energies. People you can trust. Energy you can depend on.
You are listening to Jammin' with Juice, live from the Republican National Convention on the award-winning 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, 1017thetruth.com, and streaming live on YouTube.
All right, welcome back, everybody. You are now tuned into Jammin' with Juice as we wrap up the show, wrap up the last 4 days that we've been here at the RNC. But before we do that, we do want to run to the lines. We don't have a lot of time. So, Henry, what is poppin', Juicy Jammer Henry? We're going to give you like 30 seconds, okay?
Real quick. Hello?
Yes, you're on.
Go ahead. Go ahead,
Henry.
Hey, Ben. Real quick, I'm going to run over the events of the RNC. On Monday, Donald Trump, the ringmaster of the circus, came to the event with a Band-Aid on his ear after an assassination attempt. I'm still skeptical, and I don't know about that one. Tuesday, went to the knife thrower tent. The knife thrower was murdered. Wednesday, went to the fortune telling tent, and Joe Biden was cursed by the fortune teller, and now he has COVID. And for the prediction tonight, the Band-Aid is going to fall off of the ringmaster, and he's going to be exposed as the fraud that he is.
Oh!
Well, thank you so much, Henry. We appreciate you.
Sure, you're welcome.
I'm gonna try it really quick. I'm gonna try to go to Dalton. Dalton, you got like 20 seconds. What's poppin', Juicy Jammer Dalton? Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, make it quick.
My name is Dalton Felter, 11B. I'm an Army veteran, and I just want to say shout out to the intern who got shot, and thank you. He got shot down in the streets, and he was trying to put on the suit and tie and get the community all better, but he got shot. So I just want to say shout out to him. My heart goes out to him and all the people in the community like that. And
thank you, Dalton.
Yeah, my thoughts on the RNC was, Trump, he took a bullet like crazy. I saw that live, and I was watching because, I try to keep updated with things happening in politics because, I'm a Democrat. My mom's a Democrat, and I'm a Democrat.
Yeah.
But,
no, it's all good, man.
Thank you so much. Dalton. I really want to see the not police report, but the doctor's report. I need to get that cleared right now. I need to get it cleared within the last week, by tomorrow. Did the man really get shot in his ear, or was it some glass or something else? I want to get that cleared.
I want to see the chunk of
the ear that's off.
Yeah, I want to see the hole that's in Donald Trump's ear. Like if a piece of his ear is actually missing, okay, I know it was a bullet and it wasn't Mike Tyson Biden's ear. All
right. Well, I appreciate y'all so much for tapping in with us these 4 days here at the RNC. Me and BenJammin about to go get into some mess, okay? Because that's just what we love to do. But we appreciate y'all so much. I'm your girl, Noni Juice, always keeping it juicy. That has been BenJammin.
The RNC went to the BBC, and that's why they want to see me.
All right, stay informed, y'all. The Tori Lowe Show is up next.